Get my star sand. Ooh, lots of bubbles. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. A little star sand doesn't hurt. Basically, because I wasn't smart enough last time to just get the juices out of the dragon fruit, I put all the dragon fruit in there, and I gotta scoop them out. Mind the noise. So, this is like really dark looking blood. Now, I haven't checked the gravity on this yet, so that's what I'm going to do today. Checking the gravity to see if it's done. I still see a little activity in here, little tiny bubbles. So, I mean, it could be just finishing up. It could be at a point where we can stop it with some chemicals whose name escapes me at the moment. Honestly, I wasn't planning on doing a video today, so it is kind of like you caught me off guard. I'm wearing a ratty t-shirt and probably haven't even brushed my hair, but whatever. Hopefully you'll forgive that, and if you do, thank you. This is a really great color. Obviously, you really can't see it from where you're at, but let's go ahead and set that aside. You'll see it right now. Also, I will have you know that all you PETA people out there, thank you for being you, but no dragons were harmed in the making of this mead, so no need to worry. I wrote down what it was when it started. Looks like it was a 1.140, and it is currently a 1.022, which honestly is absolutely perfect for where we wanted to stop. I don't know if it's actually going to go anymore, because if I remember correctly, I put in a yeast. Of course, I didn't write down what yeast it was, but I believe I put in a yeast that only goes to 14%. So it's probably 14 or 15% right now. It might even be 16 for all I know. But I think I may have said it in the last video, yeast doesn't really follow rules. Certain strains are made to do certain things, but that doesn't always mean that it's going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and rack this sucker right now. And we're back. May not have been a long time to you, but that was a solid 5 minutes plus change to me. So just know that if you're new to this and you want to get into it and you're watching these videos, it's going to be longer than what you see. It's not bad. Okay, so first I'm going to go ahead and add the sorbate. I literally have not stirred any of this, but I'm going to add everything and then stir. So you would add half a teaspoon of sorbate per gallon. I'm just going to add half to each, even though they are technically not, well, this one's about a gallon. This one came in just shy, so I made more than I thought I would have made. Now with the potassium metabisulfite, This one actually only requires, I want to say it's something ridiculous. What is it? Oh, a quarter of a teaspoon for 6 gallons. So I always go ahead and just add 1/8 of a teaspoon per gallon. That way it'll help stave off any growth of yeast in the future. It also help kill anything else that might try to inhabit the wine or mead. And lastly, at least for now, we have the Kysosol, which is 1/2 of the 2-part clearing agent. The other half is the Chizosan. I actually have 2 different brands. I do not know how that happened. Doesn't matter. Same thing. You add this one and then wait. I don't know how long it tells you to wait. We're gonna experiment. I've done this before, so it's not really an experiment. For you it is, for me, whatever. But I'm only gonna wait about 15 minutes before I add the Chizosan after I add the Kysosol. And that'll clear out, yeah, that'll clear out any of the waiting that we'd have to do between videos. I was just thinking maybe I should wait 24 hours to make sure that the metabisulfite and the sorbate kill the yeast and stop the yeast production so it doesn't screw up any of the clearing agent activity, but I think we'll be okay. So we're just gonna mix it really, really well after we add these. Now, these are for 5 to 6 gallons, so this is overkill, but these clearing agents are not expensive, and I learned my lesson when I was first starting. Just like with the yeast, I was trying to be cheap, and I was trying to save money, and I bought one of these packs and only added like half of it, or like basically 1/5 of it, maybe even 1/4 of it, whatever, to a gallon, thinking for 6 gallons, why not? It should be more than enough. Well, I was wrong because it never cleared, and I ended up adding more, and by that time it was just kind of late. Not in the day, but I mean, it was over the course of several weeks. I tried doing everything to it, so I just don't take the chance anymore, and yeah, spend the extra, $1. So to me, it's not a huge deal. Hopefully it's not a huge deal to you either. I'm gonna go ahead and stir these really well. Seconds to you was like 30 minutes to me. I got carried away doing something. Also cleaning. You can see the bucket back there is filled with star sand as well as everything else I had. Just keeping things tidy. When I clean what I have, I make sure that it's sealed from the rest of the environment. So when I use it again, I don't have to clean it right before I use it, and it just happens to work for me. Leaving things dirty in the house just isn't good housekeeping. So we are going to add Chizosan. So it's been about 25 minutes since I got done stirring both of these. Now, is it dead, the yeast? I don't know, but what I do know is that after adding this fining agent, we really shouldn't have to worry too much, because if the yeast isn't already dead, it will soon be. Also, I don't know if you can see how much is being added. The Chizosan comes in a fairly large pack. I have made the mistake on a few occasions where I get really greedy and fill up a carboy to like here, and by the time the Kaiselsol and the Chisosan are added, it's overflowing, and I still have half of this left. I'm like, I have to waste some. And if you only have one vessel and just enough to fill it up to wherever point, whatever, you know, drink the rest before you put the stuff in. Doesn't really matter. If you want to be wasteful and throw it away, that's your prerogative. But we're just going to go ahead and add the second one here, and then we'll stir again. I basically stirred each one of these, you know, in one direction, then the other several, like a dozen times each. As I was doing it, I just saw more and more CO2 being brought up from inside the dragon's blood. And you know, there's nothing worse than drinking what you think is going to be a still drink and getting a little bit of carbonation. So I kind of went overboard, but you can see that it worked because there's a lot of foam at the top, and that's just the CO2 that has been released from inside the beverage. So we're going to go ahead and let this sit. I don't know. I mean, you could literally let this sit for a week and then bottle it. I'll probably do longer. I might do, I don't know, anywhere between a week and a half, 2 weeks to a month. This is it. All right, well, that concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed, and hope you have a great night.